Hello and welcome back to my channel where I like to have fun with all things beauty while being critical about what I accept into my collection. Today is an Ulta haul. So in this video I'm actually going to go over the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty from this past spring, and I'm going to talk about whether I did a good job picking out products and now having had them in my possession for a while, whether or not I think they were good purchases. So quick disclaimer, I had absolutely no plans on filming today. I just got a text from my husband letting me know that he was going to be extremely late tonight. So I suddenly had a bunch of free time, and in my house it's very difficult to film when anybody is home because of the sound. So I just sort of dropped everything and decided to film this now. I'm in my pajamas and my makeup has been on all day, so it doesn't look the best. It's also Saturday when I'm filming this. So for whatever reason, on the weekend, I tend to get a little bit more experimental with my makeup. This eye look actually isn't that out of the ordinary for me. This is the Nomad Keys palette from last summer, but my complexion very much is. So this is all Haus Labs products, and I don't think that they do well on my skin, especially the powder. So I'm really feeling like the color is off and the powder is making my makeup look extremely cakey. So I'm not sure if this video will make it and see the light of day. I'm really gonna have to make that decision when I'm editing this. But if I look a little odd, I definitely wanted to put that out there. This is not my normal base makeup. So while I think it looks okay at this distance, just trust me when I say up close, it doesn't look great. Editing Jean popping in real quick because I realized that I'm talking about this makeup, but I'm not really talking about it, the Haus Labs stuff. And that's because I was feeling self-conscious about how I looked in this video, and that was the only reason I really mentioned it. But if anyone is interested in a review using a full face of Haus Labs, I can totally do that. None of these products are new, so I have talked about them in previous videos, but I haven't done a full face. So totally open to that, but I wanted to kind of explain why I mentioned it, but I'm not reviewing any of it. So that's the explanation there. Today, this is my Holy Grail foundation. This is my NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. So I'm doing a wear test with the new Nomad palette. So I have a review of that as well as the new Danessa Myrix. I mean, this is stunning. I love this. So I have some reviews coming up, but summer is slow. So I'm definitely open to suggestions, but I just really wanted to quickly, I guess, touch base on why I'm not really going on at length, because this video really isn't about the makeup. It's about everything that I picked up during the Ulta sale. But this video is not about this makeup, so I'm hoping that we can just sort of ignore that for now. Anyway, let's just jump in and I will start at the end. So I will start with my total. How much did I spend during this sale? So I just did the math and I spent $373.75. Now, because this sale goes on for 21 days, that's like spending an average of $18 a day, somewhere around there. It sounds like a lot, but actually for me, compared to what I've spent in every other sale for the last 3 years or so, that's actually pretty good. My goal was to keep it under $400 and I did that. So I don't feel too bad about that, especially considering a lot of these products are staples. So like a moisturizer, I'm gonna always need a moisturizer. So it doesn't feel as bad when there are products that I'm going to be buying anyway. But regardless, every year I always start off these sales when I talk about my recommendations and what I'm picking up by promising that I'm going to do an autopsy of this sale myself and talk about how much I spent and if I do or don't think I did a good job. I think I did an okay job here. I don't really have any big regrets, and I didn't need to make any returns, so that's pretty good. Now I'm going to go through day by day what I purchased and what my thoughts are now that I've had these products in my collection for a while. The first thing I picked up was this mascara from Lancome, the Lash Idole. I believe that I have tried this in the past, and I thought that I really liked it. I have to say, buying this recently, I was super disappointed. It's never going to be the end of the world for me if I hate a mascara though, because I do wear falsies and that sort of covers everything up anyway. So it almost like I do still use mascara every day, but it almost doesn't matter if it does anything other than tint my lashes a deeper color. So I will absolutely use this. It's not the end of the world, but it just really didn't deliver and give me the volume that I was hoping that it would. So I would not purchase that again, especially considering that this was $15, so $30 full price. Absolutely not. Will not be doing that again. On that day, I also picked up this from Clarins, the Double Serum Eye Serum Cream Hybrid. I really enjoy this, and I made this very clear when I picked it up. You don't need this. You don't need this. It doesn't do anything that almost any other eye cream already delivers. I don't believe that this is making any long-term changes to my under eye area. I just like it. And sometimes I do feel like it's okay to pick up a product just for the cosmetic elegance and the experience of using it. And although I would never pick this up full price for $42, I think it's okay. It lasts a really long time. I only use it at night and I'm not mad about it. So I'm really happy. This is going into the category of very happy I picked that up. The next item I got was this lip liner from Smashbox in Deep Mauve. I really struggle with lip products and finding good shades for me, so I am happy that I took a gamble on this one. I think it's really nice. It's not game changing. I could very easily live without it, but this is going to go into my neutral pile of things that I'm happy to have, but if they disappeared, I wouldn't be that upset. And this was $12 at 50% off. On the same day, I grabbed the Urban Decay All-Nighter. I got this in Extra Glow. That was one that I had not tried before. They had all the different varieties on sale. I've had the original, and I've always done well with the original, but you know, I'm dry, so I'm like, Extra Glow, let's see. This is fine. I think if I were to do it again, I would have gone with the original instead, because I do think I'd like that one more. It's just the kind of thing that it does extend the wear of my makeup, but it doesn't change the finish, whereas this definitely adds more of a glow. Obviously, that's what it's supposed to do, but my makeup's pretty glowy, so I don't really need that. So I'm not mad that I have it. I will use it, but because I don't think I made the best choice, this one's going in the neutral pile as well. Then I picked up this Milk RX from Beekman 1802. I had tried this in the past, and I knew that this moisturizer worked really well for me. I don't think it's game changing. I would never in a million years pay full price, but at 50% off, it's only $33. So I would buy it again in a heartbeat at that price, but it's a moisturizer. So for now, I'm going to put it in the best buys category, but it could also go in the neutral pile as well. And by the way, I don't know that I explained what I'm doing here, but as I go through these items, I am going to separate these things in purchases that I'm super happy about, things that I feel neutral about, and then things that I regret. So I'll have 3 piles to photograph at the end of this video. On the same day, I also picked up this Live Tinted Hugard SPF. This I got in shade 09. This wound up being a pretty good color for me. I have been a longtime fan of the IT CC cream, which was also later on in the sale. So I figured, why not? Just try this. I live in Florida, so I always like to top off. Like, I would never use this alone as SPF, but I would use this as a sunscreen topper if I'm going to be outside. So far, that's what I've been using it for, and I really like it. It's lighter coverage than the IT CC, but it is enough to even me out. And even though I feel like the undertone was a little bit olive, it's sheer enough that it really worked fine. At the end of the day, it was fine, even though it wasn't a perfect shade match. So I'm actually going to put this in the neutral category because I'm glad that I got to try it, but I don't think I would buy it again. Next, I got this Peptide Wrinkle Relaxing Moisturizer from Beautystat. This was $34 at 50% off, and I'm going to go ahead and say I would not repurchase this, simply because I think I'm sensitive to something in the ingredients. When I first got this in my hands and I started using it, I was over the moon. I thought it was my new favorite moisturizer. I was so happy to have it. However, over time, I felt like I just developed some kind of sensitivity, and I've gone over the ingredients list. I have no idea. I have no idea what it could be, but unfortunately, because of that, I won't be repurchasing it. The other thing I wanted to point out is this did pill with some skincare underneath, so I wouldn't want to wear this under makeup. I really preferred using it at night, so I didn't have to worry about it interacting with anything and causing pilling. But I do think that this would probably work for most people. I have somewhat sensitive skin, so I wouldn't discourage anybody from picking this up. I'm glad I tried it, but it's going to be a regret just because I can't really use it. I am going to use it up on my body, but unfortunately I can no longer use it on my face. The next item I actually don't have here because it's in the garbage, but I bought hair dye, the Madison Reed hair dye for $17. I don't think it lasts very long, so I don't often recommend it. Not if you're going blonde. I don't know about the deeper shades, but it doesn't make my hair fall out, so I do keep buying it even though I don't love it. The next day is when I picked up my IT CC cream for $23. I only buy this on sale because I would never really use this as my foundation if I'm not going to be outside, but if I am going to be outside, SPF 50, I think this stuff is great. This is my go-to. Like if I were going to a barbecue or some event where I really wanted to layer protection, I feel confident that I could use this and it wouldn't dry me out even though it's zinc based. That has been my go-to for years, so this is in the pile of things I'm very happy about. Next up, from Beekman 1802, I have the Collagen Booster and the Dream Booster. So these were $14.50 each. They're the smaller ones, and I've talked about these. They're fine, but I won't buy them again. I believe at this point I've tried all of their boosters. They have a bunch of them. These two were the last ones in the line that I hadn't tried yet, and the Collagen Booster, I'll show a close-up. It has these little balls that are supposed to dissolve as soon as they make contact with your skin. Like you're supposed to be able to rub it together and have them blend in with the serum, and I just don't feel like they do. I feel like it took a lot for me to actually get the serum to blend in with the ingredient in the little balls, and it didn't end up working out. So while I will absolutely use this up, I had no negative reaction. I definitely won't buy it again. And I feel similar to the Dream Booster. So this is bakuchiol, and that's just an antioxidant. It's a nice antioxidant. Sure, I could use all of the antioxidants that I can get, and even though this is called a better aging serum, this feels very much like an oil. I would just call this a face oil. That was how I used it because it is so thick. I would put it on as a last step, but I didn't really feel like it penetrated into my skin very well. It did sort of feel like it sat on top, and I don't know. Nothing terrible happened. It was pleasant enough. I just don't really think it added anything to my routine, so I won't probably ever try that one again. These two will probably go in my regret pile, but I'm not mad because I can still technically use them up. The next item is in my bathroom. So that's the DHC Cleansing Oil, and this is one of my absolute favorite cleansing oils of all time, and I have tried a lot. I am not loyal to any cleansing oil, so I constantly buy the one that's on sale. And this at full price is a bit steep. So it's 6.7, so almost 7 fluid ounces for $31.50 full price. $15.75 on sale. I'm not likely to buy it at full price, but I will absolutely pick it up on sale because it's one of my favorite in terms of getting all of my makeup off super quick and easy. It does not strip my skin, and not all cleansing oils are equal. Like I've definitely used ones where I have to use a ton of it to get my mascara off. I've even used cleansing oils that feel stripping somehow, even though that seems like it would be impossible. And this one is just Goldilocks. This just takes everything. It's very concentrated. It takes makeup off quickly and easily. And it's boring to talk about, but that is going in my best buys category because I'm so happy when I have that one on board. The next day I picked up a MAC Fix Plus. This is just an easygoing setting spray, no alcohol. It doesn't really make my makeup last any longer, but I feel like it does help things blend together. If I look like I have a little bit too much powder on, it just gives me a nice dewy look. You kind of at this point probably know if you like this product or not, but I will say this is one of the ones with the new spray top, and I'm so happy that they did that. I'm so happy they changed it because the other one, I felt like it used to spit and ruin my makeup half the time, and this doesn't do that anymore. So this goes in the category of very happy to have it just because I use it a lot and I'm thrilled with the upgrade. The next thing is also in my bathroom. This is the cleanser from Dermalogica, and I like a lot of their products, but I don't like paying full price. Like, I don't feel like any of their things really make it totally worth the price point, but if you cut it in half, then they're really nice to use. They've had a few cleansers that I've liked. This one is the Ultra Calming Cleanser, full price $45. I would never. Half off, $22.50. That sounds a lot more reasonable. And this is 8.4 fluid ounces. So that will last me a good long time. It's what I'm using now, and I do really like it. So that is going to go on my good buy list. The next day I tried some shampoo from IGK. I've liked all the products that I've tried from IGK. This was the More Life Color Extending Gloss Conditioner and Shampoo, and I won't buy them again. They are going to go in the neutral pile because I'm not mad that I have them, but they just don't really do anything for me. They leave my hair pretty shiny and they smell nice, but they don't really stand out if I'm being honest. So $16 a piece isn't the worst, but they're only 8 ounces each. So yeah, I'm not going to do that again. Something I will do again were the Lily lashes, the half lashes. I got Dreamy and Sassy, and they're my favorite lashes that you can pick up at a store, period. At $9 a pop, you can't go wrong if you're into lashes and you prefer half lashes. The next thing I picked up was this from Wyn Beauty. This is the lip serum. I won't get this again. I'm gonna put this in my fails pile, even though I will use it up. This really didn't knock my socks off in terms of hydration. I felt like if I used it and I covered it up with something more occlusive, it was hydrating, but not more hydrating than the lip products that I was already using. So usable, I like the flavor, but I won't buy that again. Then I picked up the KVD Tattoo Waterproof Liquid Liner. That's going to go in the neutral pile because I'm happy to have it for $12.50. I think it's a great eyeliner. I don't think it's the only one, but I do use liquid liner every day, so a solid purchase for myself. And finally, on the bonus day of the sale, so this was the day after where they had a lot of the sale items come back, but they also threw in a couple new things. I picked up this Half Magic eye crayon. I got this in Champagne Snowflake. I actually talked about this in another video already, but this was fun. I'm really glad that I picked this up. I think you could do fun things with this. However, I'm actually going to put it in my neutral pile only because I almost never use stick eyeshadow. I'm a powder girl. I can't help it. That's just my preference. So although I was excited to try it and it stands out by a long shot compared to other stick eyeshadows in my collection, I have to be realistic, and I know I'm not going to use this that much. So that is everything. I feel like this past sale was boring, but I'm grateful that it was boring. A lot of times I let the curiosity get the better of me and I wind up with 6 more blushes that I don't need. So I'm so happy that didn't happen this year. And considering everything going on in the world, I'm glad that I don't have a lot of regrets around this sale. And spoiler, I'm going to do the same thing for the Sephora sale, and I feel very similar about that. I still had fun, I still tried a few new things, but I did not go overboard and I don't have regrets. So as much as I want to take credit for that and say that I'm learning and I'm getting better at this, I think a lot of it has to do with what's on the market right now. I think things have slowed down significantly, and that's not all bad. I mean, the reasons that it's happening is terrible, horrible, not happy about that, but it's helping me be better with my money, and I am grateful for that because let's be real, I need all the help I can get, and this is really forcing me to use the stuff I already have and love. So I hope this video wasn't too all over the place. I hope it was useful, and I am still testing the stuff that I picked up in the Sephora sale, especially the Hourglass primer. I'm still, even though I keep doing a split face with it, I'm still struggling to figure out if I really think that's worth it or not. So I'm still trying to get my final thoughts together for that, but that will be coming up soon. But that's it for this video. I hope you are having a beautiful day or night wherever you are. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.